Each time the woman is reborn, an additional incense lamp appears on the table. Now the fifth incense lamp stood before her. Sure enough, before long, the maid burst into the room just as in previous lifetimes, followed closely by the man's blade. Whether the woman begged for mercy or submitted, she ultimately couldn't escape the man's clutches. First, the woman's entire family was killed by the man. Then she herself would die tragically under his blade. But this time, before dying, the woman declared that she had found a way to break the cycle. This shocked the man greatly. The next moment, the woman arrived in her sixth life. Looking at the nearly shattered bracelet on her wrist, the woman understood this was her final chance. So she quickly wrote a letter seeking help, and had the maid deliver it to the notoriously ruthless Grand Tutor. Sure enough, the next moment, the man arrived at the woman's residence as in previous lifetimes, ready to confiscate her family's property. Watching soldiers storm into her home, the woman thought this life would also end hastily. Meanwhile, the man arrogantly declared that if the woman would kneel and beg him, he might consider sparing her life. Just as the woman despaired, a sharp arrow suddenly injured the man's hand. The Grand Tutor she had written to had arrived on the scene as expected. She had thought the ruthless Grand Tutor would be an old general, but hadn't expected him to be so young and handsome. The Grand Tutor then declared there were many omissions in the case against the woman's family, and chose to reopen it another day. The man wanted to refute, but the Grand Tutor said this was the Emperor's decree. Disobeying the decree would be a capital offense, so the man had no choice but to spare the woman's family. Knowing the man and the Grand Tutor were archenemies, the woman sought refuge with the Grand Tutor, following him to his residence to become a maid. One day, it was the woman's turn to help the Grand Tutor change clothes and bathe, but another maid had poisoned the woman's tea, and eagerly urged her to drink it.